Happy Friday, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here. Actually, it's not Friday for me now, but when I release this video, it will actually be on a Friday. And I'm trying to record this in advance so that you have something to see on Friday. So I hope you like this tutorial. I think it's a little different when I'm recording, when I don't have you here. So I miss all of you. And so I'm going to jump right in and just share a couple of housekeeping items with you. I do have a host code for this October, and it is right here up on your screen. And if you spend $50 with me this month using this host code, you will be getting the speckled dots. Or if the speckled dots are unavailable, I will be sending you something of equal or greater value. We also have a great starter kit special. So this is completely separate. So if you want more information on the starter kit special, it's not my starter kit special, it's Stampin' Up's. It's right here. You can check it out at qbsquest.com/join. And the starter kit is either, you have two options. You can either get the starter kit for 35% off, or you can get 35% more product. And the number 35 is significant here because it's Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary. So I hope you'll check that out. When you get the starter kit, you'll also become a member of my Bee Stampers team. And I would love to have you on my team. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, do you want to see what we're going to be making today? I'm going to get rid of the stuff on my screen so that I can share my project with you. So earlier this week, I made this beautiful card with the Stars at Night bundle. So beautiful. I love the way this turned out. Well, I decided to make a diamond-shaped box to go with it. Now, I didn't go over the top decorating this because I didn't have a lot of time. So I want you to take this box and you can make it even more spectacular. I love this Stars at Night bundle because it makes these beautiful embossed dies. I use the holographic I'm gonna forget the name. It's holographic trio paper. So it has this beautiful holographic paper. And so what happens is you can see the holographic paper just captures all the different rainbows of colors as light shines on it. And so this is it's a two-part box. I'll show you when I'll open it when it's laying flat. And it matches, of course, it matches my card from earlier this week. So this is a nice little gift together. Do the card, do the little box. It's so sweet. And I love that it's diamond shaped. It's actually not even a square. It is a diamond. So it fits that biggest star just perfectly. So we're going to make this together, and I will have a project sheet that I will mail out on Saturday so that you'll be able to make this. Between the video and the project sheet, you should be able to make this. All right, let me flip over to my other camera. Okay, so let's just talk briefly before I delve into the box. Let's talk briefly about this bundle. So this is a different type of bundle because it also includes an embossing folder. So it includes the Stars at Night stamp set, and the embossing folder comes with the dies. So if you were to, you could buy this separately, embossing folder with the dies, and you can buy Stars at Night separately, but you can also buy them together as a bundle, and then you can save 10%. So I would definitely recommend doing that. All right, I wanted to show you how this box opens. So you just lift this off like this, and then you can put candy inside it. Now I've got a number of kisses in here, and it can hold more than that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm sure it could hold at least 15 kisses in here. So, and then it just fits on like that. This ribbon will be coming back into stock on October 23rd. There's this paper as well is coming back into stock on October 16th. So some of these products, the bundle should be available right now, and I would get it as soon as possible because it has already gone on unorderable once. So you don't want to miss out on getting these beautiful stars. All right, let me show you how to make the box. The easiest way to do that is to grab your scoring board, and we're going to make the top of the box out of Night of Navy and the bottom out of white. And I just need my little stylus tool. So the measurement for the top of the box, we're making the sides first. This is 9 1/4 by 2 inches, and 9 1/4 by 2. And first, we'll score this on the short side at the 1 3/4 inch mark. I'm going to turn the skinny segment that I just scored. I'm going to put this up the top, but it doesn't really matter, but just for the sake, if you want it to look exactly like mine when it's coming together, then put it at the top. And we're going to score at the 2 1/4 inch mark, the 4 1/2 inch mark, the 6 3/4 inch mark, and the 9 inch mark. Okay, that's for the lid. And I will have a diagram for you on the project sheet. We'll also score the bottom at the same time. So this piece is 9 inches by 2 inches. Let's also score this on the short side first. And again, this will be the 1 3/4 inch mark. We're gonna take this. See, you can't even see the score line. There it is. The skinny score segment, put it up at the top. And we'll score this one at 2 1/8, 4 3/8, 6 1/2, and 8 3/4. All right. So let's create the base. So we'll start off with this one. And I don't know if you can see this right here. There's a little corner right there, like a little square. Yeah, there you can see it. We're going to cut that square off on an angle. So let's see if I can show you like that. Okay. We'll do the same angle on the opposite end. This is the skinny score segment that is close to you. And then we're going to cut V's into all the scores from this skinny end segment. We're going to cut a V on either side of that score mark. So you can see number 1 and 2. That one just has a little bit of cardstock hanging out. That should be fine though. And then 3 scores. So that's what it looks like. Sorry, my lighting's a little off. I usually come to you in the morning and I have better light then. All right, we're gonna do the same thing for this piece. Same. There's that little square in the corner, and we're gonna cut it off. We'll come over to the opposite corner and do a little angle, and then we're just going to cut little V's right along the score line, right to the first score intersection. And again, if you get my project sheet, you just need to be on my email list, and the link to being on to going to subscribing to my email list is right below in the description of the video. So just click on show more. All right, so we have these all ready to go. And so we're gonna grab our foam folder and we're gonna take them and fold them along all the score lines. You could also do this with designer series paper if you wished. I would probably reserve my designer series paper for the lid of the box because the bottom of the box will almost always be covered. Okay, so then we'll do this one. And we'll do these little guys. Tabs, tabs, tabs. All right. Okay, so now we're going to bring this together to form that diamond shape. The easiest way to do this, I've got my little tab end over here, is to fold that over. We're going to put glue on that tab end and then we're going to fold this over on top, and this will be laying flat, so we'll get really good adhesion. So let's do that right now. I'm going to put Tombow just on that tab end, okay? You can see the little tab. That's a lot of glue. So if I ever have that much glue, sometimes my glue comes out more than others. I'm just going to scrape a little bit of it off with a scrap piece of cardstock. Yeah, oozy glue is not fun. So then I'm just going to bring that other end over and press down and create that diamond shape. We're going to come in here, going to fold this over as well. Put a little bit of Tombow, see if I can keep it a little better this time, and then we're going to fold this over and press down. Okay. All right. I'm going to start with the lid, and it's better if you do start with the lid because it's got the most symmetrical sides. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make diamonds. Yes, we are going to make diamonds. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a diamond for the top and a diamond for the bottom. So to start off with, we're going to make a diamond for the top. And I've got a little rectangle of cardstock here. This is the top, so it's going to be Night of Navy. And I've got my scoring tool, because you can do this with pencil marks, but I'm going to do it with a little indent on my scoring tool because that way I don't have to get a pencil out. So I've got this piece measures 3 inches by 2 1/4 inches. I'm going to have one of the long sides up at the top, and I'm going to come in 5/8 of an inch from one end, so it's going to be right here. So 5/8 on the scoring tool is going to be at the 2 3/8 inch mark. And I'll come over here and again make a little indent at the 2 3/8 inch mark, just like that. Okay? So there's one on this end of the long end, and then there's one on this end, okay? Might be able to see it a little bit better on my white piece, and this will also be part of a diagram. So this rectangle, it's the white one for the bottom, is 2 7/8 by 2 1/8. And we're also going to go 5/8 of an inch in. So this time it's going to be at the 2 1/4 inch mark. And then we're going to flip it to the other side. 5/8 in here on my scoring board is 2 1/4. Okay, so now we're going to do some fancy cutting to create these diamonds. All right, we'll start off with the navy one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a white colored pencil, and I'm going to show you where my marks are with this white colored pencil so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so what we want to do is we're basically going to cut down like this. That's a crooked line, but we're going to put it on the straight ruler, and then we're going to cut the other way going this way down to this corner to create that diamond. But we're actually going to use our cutter so that we cut straight lines. So you're going to use the score groove right here. Put your little divot that you made on your scoring board or your pencil mark that's 5/8 of an inch in. And then you're going to put the corner of the cardstock right along the groove as well. We're going to close that down and we're going to cut. All right. So that's the first piece. We'll turn it. There's my mark. There's the corner. And we're going to cut again. So now we have a diamond for the top of our box. And now let's make a diamond for the bottom of our box. And so works the same way. I've got this indent right here, and I'm going to come to this little corner right over here. You can see how that's angled and situated. And we're going to close this down and cut. And here's the little mark. I'll put it right on the groove, the opposite corner right there. Close this up and cut. When I'm closing this up, I'm making sure to hold this down so it doesn't shift. And there is my diamond for the bottom. All right. Now we're going to take our diamond and glue it down. So we're going to take this, put glue on here. Hopefully I don't get too much oozing coming out. We're going to pop this down on here. And this is, you know, a diamond means it's going to be a little skinnier on, or a little thinner on one side, and the points are going to come up. So I'm going to aim this to the shape of the diamond. So you're going to just kind of play with it and slide it into place so that it molds to that shape. And if you do this, take a little time with this one and get it right, then the other one will be easier. You won't have to like do as much work to get the other one right. So I think I've almost got this, and then I'm going to show you how much of an edge it leaves. Press down. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a point here that I can just kind of snip off. But basically, this is what it's going to look like. Press in with your fingers. There's going to be a tiny bit of an edge, just depending on how you manipulate it. But that's what it's going to look like. Then you're going to take your other box and you're going to nest it inside of here. This is going to allow you to get it to kind of fit in there, and that way the shapes are going to match up, okay? And then we're going to glue this one right on top of here. So we'll put glue here, glue here, glue here, and glue here. Just a little bit more there. Okay, so now this is already shaped to the right shape. I'm going to put this on top, and we need to kind of press down, not too hard. You're going to want to press down and just get that situated. And we're actually going to let this dry for a moment before we try and pull it out. And then afterwards, once we got it pulled out, we're going to press on the inside again. But let's let that dry a little bit and get situated before we pull this out, because it is a little bit of a tight fit. Not too tight, but tight enough. All right, so now I want to show you how I made the star for the top of this box. And I'll need, I'll need the embossing folder, and I'm gonna need this big die right here. And I'll need my stamp and cut and emboss machine, but let's get this situated inside the embossing folder first. So you can die cut and emboss at the same time with this hybrid embossing folder. Look for the logo side. The logo's here, and you're going to fit this over top of that star pattern right here. It should kind of just fit in place without too much shifting. I only want to cut this star. This is a piece of 3" by 2.5" holographic paper. I'm going to put it pattern side down. I'm going to make sure that all the little cutting edges, the cutting edge of this die is up. It's that little groove. That's what's going to do the cutting. And then I'm going to close this up. Careful not to shift anything, and just kind of pin it down so it doesn't shift while I grab my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So we are going to need the base platform, which is labeled as a number 1, and we're going to need this. This is for thick embossing folders, for 3D embossing folders, and it's labeled number 4, and it's a gray plate. So we'll put this down, and we'll put the plate on top, and now we're going to run this through, and let's see the result. Open this up, and we'll just pull this up and off. And you can see that there's a little bit of shrapnel here, but there we go. There is our beautiful holographic star, cut and emboss all at the same time. All right, I'm gonna put this away. So we're gonna add this to the top of the box, and we'll just glue this centered. So these little points, these 4 points, they're gonna probably come off the box just a little bit, and then these 4 points are gonna be slightly in on the box. So we'll just go ahead and put Tombow on the back of here. And we'll just aim this so it's centered on here. Oops. Keep it straight. Just want to make sure it's where it needs to be. And then we're going to press down. Okay, so I want to make this a little bit more special. I die cut earlier this little tiny star. You have 2 of them in your dies right here. And I'm just gonna take this little star. This is also cut with holographic paper. And I'm gonna take a mini dimensional and put it right in the center of that. Remove the backing. And I'm going to place this right over top of the middle of my star. So that's just going to give it like even more shine and dimension. And then I'm going to take an iridescent rhinestone jewel and just pop off one of these. Place it on here. Oops. Right there. Okay. It's coming together. And then let's just gently pop this off for a moment. I don't want to be too aggressive. Now I'm going to press down on those seams real quick. Just really make sure that they're sticking together. Tombow does really stick well. If you don't already know about Tombow multi-purpose glue, this stuff is perfect for paper crafting. It really bonds your seams together well, and the bottle lasts a good long time, and it's my go-to adhesive because I do a lot of 3D construction. All right, so okay, that's the construction for the bottom of the box, and I didn't do anything special. This is just a plain white box, but hey, you could decorate it up more if you wanted to. And then we're just going to put this lid right over top of it, okay? And then we're going to add some of this ribbon, which will be coming back in stock later this month. Let's just kind of figure out how much we might need. And then I'm just going to come through. You can tie this wherever you want. I'm going to do a first round, and I'll take my locking tweezers. Just going to lean those up there, and we'll just do tie the bow right there. And then I'm going to grab these scissors because they work just a little bit better. And just angle cut the ends. Okay, that one's a little steeper of an angle than I wanted there. That's better. Okay. And that is the box. And truly, you can do more with this box if you want to. You can do it, add, if you wanted to, on the top of these diamonds, if you wanted to do designer series paper underneath here, what I would recommend is cutting 2 rectangles. So the rectangle you needed would be, for the top rectangle was a 3 by 2 1/4. What I would do is cut my designer series paper to 3 and 2 1/4 as well, and glue the 2 pieces together. You want some cardstock underneath your lid so that it's nice and solid. Glue those 2 pieces together and then do the angle cutting to create the diamond, and that will add a little bit more dimension. You could also, for the instead of doing Night of Navy paper on the sides of the box, you could also use designer series paper if you wanted to. But I like this box a lot because it's just a nice, simple construction design, and it will match, of course it will match the shape with the star, right? And then it's so nice to make a little pretty card to go with the box. And then you can put a little gift or some candy inside there, and then also give a nice card to go with it. So I hope that you liked that tutorial, and as I said, I will have a project sheet for you on Saturday. Don't forget about my ordering host code, and my if you spend $50 you can get my gift of the month. And also don't forget about the starter kit special, because that really is the best way to get a great deal this month. The special ends at the end of October. So absolutely check that out, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have on that. So I am going to be gone. I'm not sure for how long. So I will just keep you updated, and hopefully I will be able to give you some news soon. Take care of everyone. Until then, I hope you liked today's project. Bye-bye.